and I hope everyone practiced that. Right. Next, after understanding and working with the iframes, how we can use iframes. So now we need to know about another important, so that is tables and forms. So we will discuss about tables. Actually, general concept of tables. We use tables for organizing information into rows and columns. Actually, mostly used for presenting data. So earlier in older version of HTML, we used tables for designing the entire web page structure actually. Because in the older version of HTML, we don't have divs, spans, header, footers, like semantic elements. So we have to design everything with the help of table only. But the problem with the table is loading. That means a table cannot load the contents. So in order, table will load the contents in a random order. That's the reason designing entire web page with tables will be a difficult task actually. So that's now we are using tables only for data presentation, presenting the data in rows and columns, organizing the content in rows and columns. For tables, lot of elements and attributes are there. We will see how to use them and how do we work with them. So for tables, we have important elements. So table related important options. Elements, we have table. So we have a caption. So we have a T head, T body. So T foot, TH, TR, TD, and call group. These are all the important elements used for designing table. So for table, we have these options. So table, caption, head, table body, table footer, all these. How to use them, we will see that. How we can work with them, we will see now. So what are the options available for table? These are tags. Table have a lot of attributes also. Let's see. First, I will give a simple example of adding a table here. Let's create a new file, table.html. And in this, I am designing doc type HTML head, title, and tables in HTML. And in the body section, so we are designing table. So here table contains a caption. So we can have a caption. Caption is used for giving a title for table so that search engines can identify and use those captions for finding your table in the websites. So caption is defined. Suppose I am giving products table. So that is the caption. So usually, as of now, you can see body tag I given inside a fine. Yeah. Okay. Now in the caption here, once you see the output, you see it will look like this. That is the table here we are having. And in the table captions, we have product table. This is the caption. Now, what we want is, as of now, we don't have any border width height for the tables actually. So temporarily, I will give a width for table some 400, border as 1. Later, I will tell you the attributes of table. Now, this is the table caption. Caption looks like this here. Now, inside the table, we have 3 sections actually. Remember, caption is optional. If you don't define also, no problem. So we are defining the table caption to make it search engine friendly. So you can leave it empty. So without captions also there can be tables, but search engines cannot find your table based on the topic. So that will be an issue. That will be a very important issue. That is the option here. So how the caption is helpful? Caption is helpful for making it search engine friendly actually. So it makes search engine friendly. Now the caption that we defined, so here can be changed in the location. So sometimes people ask like, can we keep bottom? Can we keep top? You have CSS, you can keep anywhere you want with CSS. That's possible. So initially the caption is defined here. And inside the table, we have 3 sections: head, body, and footer. Head section is defined as T head. Body section is defined as T body. Footer section is defined as T body. We have 3 sections. Generally, T head means for headings. So head, body, footer, any section can display the contents in rows. Any section can display the content in rows. I don't know what English you are understanding, Rakesh. I am saying that T head, T body, T foot, yeah. These T foot are the sections, huh? Right. That means footer sections. T foot, 3 sections. So we are defining these three sections. Now, all these sections contains rows. Header have a row, body have a row, footer have a row. Now, header is defined by using any row, anywhere row is defined by using TR. So body also have rows, we define TR. Footer also have row, that is TR. Now again, don't come with a question that, sir, only one row we can have with that. No? I'm just designing and I am explaining you. You can add any number of rows or any number of columns or without sections also. Okay. Now, so you can have a table without these sections also. You can directly have rows, TR, inside table. There are so many consequences. Don't get overexcited. Just wait until I explain the complete concept. Understood? Right. Because some people have questions before we go into the concept. Wait till I explain the concepts. So head, body, footer, all these sections are optional. So these are used to classify the contents and display in search engine friendly. So without head, body section also, you can have table with only rows. So, but in head, in body, in foot, you can have rows. So everything is defined in the row only. In the row, contents are displayed in two ways. We can use TH for cell, or we can use TD for cell. Difference is TH is a heading cell and TD is an ordinary cell. Heading cell you can give anywhere. You can give heading in the body, you can give heading in the footer, anywhere you can give. So now again, you should not have doubt like, is TH is used only in heading? TH is used to display cell. TD is also display cell. But TH is a heading cell. Heading cells will have bold, center alignment, a special alignment. I will show you. Suppose I entered here name and I entered here price. And you can see that. So in the heading, name is center and bold, but price is normal. Both are cells only. So if I want a special heading like appearance, I can use TH. And it will get center alignment and bold like that. And it is not mandatory that this TH must be used in heading only. In any row, in the body row also, you can have TH. So, but now only headings we want in a special way, others normal. You can put any content inside table cell. You can put any content inside table cell. You can put a picture, you can put a table inside table, you can put a link, you can put anything. So a table cell is a container, you can keep anything. Suppose here I am giving TH, another heading, some preview. So you can see it will display that preview also as heading. How many cells you are giving, those number of columns will come. So now that is header. Now in the body, I have one row. In that row, I want to display ordinary cell. To display ordinary cell, we have to use TD. Here also I can use TH. I will use TD. And here I am defining some JBL speaker. That is the cell to display under this first column. Second, and price. And third, here in this cell, I want a photo. I can use IMG. IMG SRC, it is in assets. So we have speaker.jpg, width is 50, height also 50. You can put an image. And this is first row. And you can see these are the contents. So these are the rows in the body section. Now we are defining one more row inside the body section. If I give one more cell like in stock like this, you can see that uneven will come. Why? Because in heading you don't have anything, and here you are giving the cells. You can give one row contain few cells, another row contains some more cells, but it will look completely unprofessional. That means it will not look in an organized way. So a lot of disorder will be there, right? You can add another header. Suppose you have like stock, and here I said some available. You can put. You can use anything inside the table cell. Later you can learn forms. You can put buttons, check boxes, anything inside this tables. Okay, this is basically table. Okay, you can add any number of rows. I want in the table body one more row. In that, so we have like Nike casuals. So we have another cell price, some price. And we have another cell. So that is some photo. IMG SRC. So assets, some shoe dot JPG. So width and the height we configured, and some preview. So in the preview we defined as out of stock. So that is stock, and it will display this content in this way. That is a tabular form. And in the footer section, suppose in the footer section I am defining a row. I will put TD. If you want cell empty, I am just giving ampersand NBSP semicolon. That's an empty cell. Another we defined as suppose ampersand copy, some copyright 2021 like this. Another cell empty, ampersand NBSP. Later we will learn about merging of cells, how we can merge. As of now, I am not merging the cells. So actually we need merging of the cells. I will just keep empty. And it will display like this. Later, I will show you how we can merge and keep it into single. We just designed a footer here. So we just configured a footer section. So now inside this table, we have organized table, caption, table header, body, footer, headings, rows, and cells. Column group is used for here. I am adding a column group. Column group is added in the table, call group. Actually, this call group initially don't have any appearance. We generally use column group to group columns. How many columns you want, you can group them to apply in a special to apply special effects. That means how many columns you want to group, you have to tell by using span. By using span. Span indicates how many columns you want to group. So span, I want to group one column only. Okay. Now what effects you want for that column? As of now, it will not have any appearance even you give span. Here you have to tell style. Style, I am giving background color, some yellow. It will apply that background yellow to that column group. That means currently we given column group to one column, it will span to one. If I give column group span 2, then it will group to the two columns. So span 3, it will group to the 3 columns. So generally column group is used for applying such effects. Without effects also, with frames and rules, we can display that column groups. I will show you. If I don't give effects currently, it will not have any appearance here. Not having any appearance. So that is actually column group. To group the columns to display as a separate category, we can apply the effects and we can configure it. So technically, these are the basic options used for table. So in this, we used all the elements available: table, caption, header, body, footer, t-head, row, cell, and column group. Now, in order to present them, we need some attributes. Table have a lot of attributes. Table attributes, so many are there. As of now, you can see I am just giving some attribute width and border, but table have a lot of attributes. I will give here the attributes for the table. Initially, I will remove the border. I am giving just only width as 500 or 600. This is the table actually. This is the table. Now what attributes table is having? I will categorize them. Actually, table have borders, frame, and rules. 3 options are present. Actually, frame is for table. Rules for rows and columns. And border is for cells. These are 3 options available. Table have a frame, rules, and border. Frame you can give as box, RHS, LHS, above, below, and none void. These are frame related options. You see now I am giving for the table, I am giving an attribute frame. Table have an frame attribute. The value can be box, RHS, LHS, right hand side, left hand side, above, below, and void. So I given here frame box. You see that the frame is applied for entire table. Frame is applied for entire table. So frame is for table. Okay. This is box. I given as frame RHS, right hand side. So you see frame right hand side means it will give only right hand side. Right hand side frame will come. Generally, when you are displaying two tables side by side, you can put a right hand side frame. You can keep LHS, left hand side. Left hand side will come. You can keep above. Above means frame will come above. You can keep below. Below. You can keep box. All sides. You can keep void. Then it will remove the frame. So we need void for different situations. I will show you. This is frame. Frame is for only table. We have rules. Rules are for only rows and columns. So you can give rules as rows, calls, groups, and none. So that means you can have rules as for rows. And you can see that the rules will be for rows only. Lines will be for rows only. We don't have a frame. We have only rules. Rules, I want calls. Only for columns it will come. You can give all. That means it will give rows and columns. You can give even groups. Groups, nothing but in our table we have groups like header group, footer group, body group, and now you can see column group. There is a call group option. You can see that now. Now, if I say call group span 2, now you can observe that clearly. So 3, you can observe that clearly. So not only with the style, without style also call groups are appeared, but with the frames and with rules, you can see them. Now you can give here frame as box. That means we have both frame and rules, and it will be like this now. Frame is only for table. So if I say frame void, then it will be empty. So we can define for rules, groups. Suppose I say frame is box, okay. And I want all directions and all. You can see it will be for all. So that is frame and rules. We have frame and rules. Border is for only cell. Every cell can have a border actually. See, and when you are giving border, remember, rules and borders both cannot be there. Anyone. So if I give border and I give rules, only rules will dominate. Border will not come. You see, only rules are coming. Border will not come. So you have to remove rules option. You have to remove that attribute. Then border can come. And remember, border is coming now. Border is coming. So you may think like border is for entire table. Actually, it's not. What we will do is we will remove the frame as void. You can observe that border is only for cell. You can see border is only for cell. Every cell have a border. I removed the frame. If frame is present, box, it looks like now table is having border. Remember, table will not have border. Cells will have border. I can remove that void and only border will be for cells. Every cell is having a border. And remember, border have only two attributes. 0 means no border and 1 means border. Don't think that it is size of border. So this is not size of border. 1, 2, 3, not size. Because if I give 3 border size, and you can see that it's not having any special appearance. You say 20, it's not having any appearance. That will be only 0. 0 means no border and 1 means border. Border color styles, all we have to change with the help of CSS. So border thickness, everything you can change with CSS only. So border have only two options. Actually, 0 is technically for false and 1 is for true. That means you want border or not. You have to apply true or false. So when you are using rules, border will not be there. Currently, border is there. If I use rules is equal to all, then border will be removed. Only rules will come. So that will dominate. If I remove the rules, now it is fine. That is how you can configure. That is technically how you can apply the border, how you can configure the border. That is generally the table border related options. Table border related option. So how you configure the table and how you can define the table with border, frame, and rules. These are 3 options available. Now, border, another important in the table attributes. So you have cell spacing and the cell padding. Space between the cells and padding means space around the content in the cell. Suppose you see now all the cells are one after another, and here I will put attribute like anywhere cell spacing. How many pixels? So 10 pixels. You can see that space between cells will increase. Space between the cells will increase. You can apply the space between the cells. For that, we have cell spacing. Space around the content in the cell should increase. I want space around the content inside the cell because they are exactly on the border. Then we can give cell padding. Cell padding some 5 pixels. Then it will adjust the space between. 15. Then you can see the space around the content. Space around the content will be there. You can set spacing between the cells, space around the content in the cell. That is, we have cell spacing and cell padding. So that is spacing and padding. Another important attributes, we have BG color and background. BG color and background, they are used for set background color. So you can apply background color, BG color for table or T head, or means you can simply say groups. For groups, header group, footer group, body group, and for cell separately you can define. Background is nothing but background image. Instead of color, you can put an image for table, group, cells, anywhere. Suppose you see, I am applying here. So BG color is equal to yellow. It will apply the background color yellow for entire table. I am removing from the table and I can apply in head, in the head, T head. And it is applied only for header. I can apply separate for every group, I can apply for row, then it will apply only for that particular row. I can even apply for only specific cell. In that cell, I will apply only for this cell, and it will work for only for the cell. You can apply at any level. So generally, later when you learn CSS, CSS will provide selectors. By using selectors, you can apply to first row, last row. You can apply to even rows, odd rows separately. But with HTML, where you write, there it will apply. If you write in table, or it will apply for table. If you write in group, it will apply for the group. And for cell, it will apply for the cell. Instead of background color, you can put a background image also. So here we can add background and image path. So in assets, so we have some image path, some shoe.jpg like this. That means it is going to apply background image. You can see background image will come for table, for cell, for every cell. But you cannot adjust this background picture. For that, you have to use CSS again. In CSS, you will learn how to adjust the backgrounds. You can keep background center, you can keep background stretched, you can keep background repeated. So your table can have a background, so background image. You can keep it with HTML, but you cannot apply effects for backgrounds like center, stretch, or tiles, or size adjusted for background. You cannot do them. That you can do with CSS only. You can put a background image. So make sure that you are using small images so that you can see according to your table. Sometimes you people take some large images which have outside lot of white space, and you apply for the table. Actually, the image is applied with white space also applied. Due to that, you cannot see the image properly in the background, but there is image in the background. Later, we will see how we can center size. For that, we need CSS for background. So technically, that is the table have background color and background image we can have. So we have borders, we have frames, rules, cell spacing, cell padding, BG color and background. And we have height, width. No need to explain what they are, you already know. You can apply, but here, when you apply height and width, it will be applied and affected for all the rows and columns, not one row and one column. Where you apply, it will apply. That means, for example, suppose I will remove this background color and I will remove this cell spacing and padding. I will keep only border. Okay. Now I want to adjust the width of this column, price column. Then actually, so to adjust the width of price column, anywhere, that means it may be T head. So, or you have TD, you have TD, price related TD. There I define width as 200. That means it is going to affect the width for that. But important is, here we have problems with the groups where you are applying. It's working. You see, I said 100. I applied at one place. It is have problem with group is nothing but if you apply anywhere, it will affect all the columns. That means everything, entire column will be adjusted. You adjust width for this one, it will adjust for entire column. You cannot have like one column, one width, means one row, one width, another row, another width. It cannot be there. It will adjust for entire. Suppose name I want to adjust. You can adjust anywhere. In TH, I am giving width. So 100. Then it will give only entire column, it will adjust. Entire column it can adjust. So you can adjust separate. Height also same. Suppose I change height here, it will affect all the cells in that row. That means in JBL speaker, I am giving height. Height is equal to some 100. And it is going to affect height for all of them. I said some 150. It is going to affect the height of all of them. You can adjust similarly for the content. Generally, this type of appearance we usually use for presenting layouts. When we design layouts, we can adjust the height, width, and configure according to the content. You can apply at different levels actually. You can apply at different levels. So you can define at different levels. So that is basically how you configure the height and width for the content. So height and width are general options, you know. But what you should know is it will affect to all cells in the row, all cells in the column. There cannot be uneven height and width defined. You can keep at group level, you can keep at cell level, you can define anywhere. Alignment also same. We have align, align, and we have V-align. That means alignment can be same. We have alignment. Align is horizontal alignment. V-align is vertical alignment. So horizontally left, center, right, vertically top, center, bottom. That means you see here. So this row, all the contents are sent left side. Now I will go to that row and the JBL speaker, that is the row. In that row, I keep align is center. This is horizontal alignment. Horizontally, all will come center. Vertically also, I will give V align. V align top. That means by default, they are center. Vertically, they are aligned to top of the row. For that, you need to have proper height. Sometimes you people, without changing the height, you try top, bottom, and you say not working. You need to adjust the height according to the contents. Then it will see, it is easy to identify. Suppose I say bottom, then it will be bottom, vertical. By default, it is center. So it will be center. You can apply for every individual cell. For example, the price I want to give align as right. That means only price will be aligned to right side. Others are center. Only that will be in the right side. You cannot apply for entire column. You have to write separately for every row. We need to define that alignments. So technically, so for every row is in the cell align I given as right. I need to configure in this way. So we have the alignments also. So attributes. So many attributes. Actually, I given categories. Actually, the attributes are, we have border, we have rules, we have frame, we have cell spacing, we have cell padding, we have BG color, we have background, we have height, we have width, we have align, we have V align. These are all attributes of table. And the table also have important is merging. That means we have row span, and the call span. This is merging of rows and columns. So row span will combine all the rows into one row. So 3-4 rows into one row. Columns will merge the columns. That is used for displaying titles and all these. For example, let's add another here, merge, and let's create a simple doc and head and the title. So here we said merging, and in the body section we defined a table, and I will just give here width is 400, so border is equal to 1. Okay, and in this we have t head, tr, and in the th table headings, and here we have like name, another we have like address. In the table header I have another row, we can have any number of rows. Another th, we say first name, another th, last name, and we have th, city, th, right. Act now you can see what happens is city, state, and postal code like this. Now you can observe here what it is having is, in this we have 2 rows in the header, but one row is having 2 columns and another row is having 5 columns. Obviously it will display in this way. So let's run this and see. It is going to display the content in this way. Inside, so we can have some cells, that means in the body. So T body, in that we have a row, in that I will have cell. And see here, this is 5 cells I will give. One cell I will give as ampersand NBSP. That is a blank cell. You can put any content. I am just giving blank 5 cells. And similarly, we will add rows. This is another row. This 3-4 rows I added. And you can see it will be like this. Now what I want here is, so we have T foot. So that is table footer. In that we have a row. In that we have only one cell. That is ampersand copy. And copyright 2021 like this. That's like this. Now what I want here is this name heading. I want to merge for 2 columns. For 2 columns, that name should merge. Then we will go to this name and we use call span. That means merging the columns. How many columns? 2. It will span 2 columns. That means for first name and last name, this name will be there. Address should merge 3 columns. So address we have to use call span 3. Means including the current column also. So it will merge 3 columns. And similarly, copyright should merge 5 columns. Then, so at the footer, here I am defining call span as 5. It will merge 5 columns. That's how we can merge the rows, merge the columns. You can give anywhere in between. Suppose you see, suppose somewhere here, I am adding a cell, call span is 4. You can see that that cell is going to merge 4 columns, but it will shift because we don't have those number of rows actually. Suppose I said some 2 columns, then it should merge 2 columns like that. It depends on how you configured that. And you can do merging. That means you see this is merging 2 columns. In the middle here, you can see this. 2 columns it is merging. But the other contents must be appropriately arranged. In between, you can add them. That means what I can do is, if I want anywhere, I can add a row in that one cell. And call span I can give 5. And I align I can give as center. And here I will define the option as so last updated on 2021 on April 21. Like this I am defining. You can give like this. It will merge them and it will display. Where you want to merge, you can configure that and display. It depends on where you want to define and specify the contents. You have to add accordingly. So in between or top or bottom, anywhere you can merge. So that is merging of columns. Merging of rows also similar. Merging of rows also similar. For example, you see here, I will give here in that this is table header. In that 2 rows are present. I will give another row and here I will put a heading, header section. Actually, it will be here. This is header section. I want this header section to merge 3 rows. Then we can use this as row span. Row span as 3. That means it will merge into 3. That means including the first one. And even if you give 5, it will not work because in the header, there are no 5 rows. It will merge maximum to the header. It will not go down because you are defining in the header section. It will not go outside. Even you give a larger number, it will be only within that, So that is. Now, similarly, this is body section. Let's go to the body. I am adding a row in that TH. So this is body section. And you can see the body section here. I want this to merge, including the first one, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 rows. Then we will put row span as 5. Including that, it will merge. Similarly, I need to define the calls. So that means here I need to define the call. I will copy one more cell. That means we need to define for the column here. This is for footer. In the footer area, I am adding another row and another cell. Here I am defining a row span. So 2, and I say footer section. So, and it will display that in the footer like this. So we can configure merging of row. Anywhere you can give right side, left side. Where you have applied that, it will affect there. In between, anywhere you can merge them, you can define. So this is arranging of content. These days, later when you learn CSS, such type of tabular presentation we can do with CSS also. And merging, everything we can manage and arrange. But mostly while presenting the data, better use tables. Tables will be good for organizing your data because later dynamically adding the records, removing records, updating records, all such interactions are perfectly managed with table-like contents. So when you are dealing with JavaScript, you will see that data comes from a database table and we want to interact with that. Then we need table so that easily we can add rows, update the rows, delete the rows. We can manage them in dynamically. So arranging the data in rows and columns requires these options. And a table can be nested. That means you can have a table inside another table. So depending on the requirement. And as I told you, table means only not header, footer sections. Without that also, you can design tables. Generally, so we design layout by using table. I will show you a basic thing. Suppose here we are creating a simple doc type HTML head title, some layout. In the body section, I am creating a table. The table width I given as 100%, means it will fit the window. So border I am giving as 1. and frame is equal to void, and align I will give as center. Like this I am defining. Cell spacing is equal to some 15. Okay. And inside the table directly I have a row. This row have one cell. Here I said some Amazon shopping, and here I defined align as center. Now inside the cell, as I told you, you can keep anything. I can keep a heading, so Amazon shopping. You can keep bold font styles, anything. It's a just like a container. You can keep colors, font colors. You can apply font. Now another one is second row. In that we have a cell, and for this height I given as 400 pixels. This is the second cell, and below that we have another row. So we have another cell, and here I defined some ampersand copy, something like this, copyright and 2021, and here I said align to center, and here I want to apply some effects like italic for that. And you can see this is just an appearance, and it gives like a layout like this. It gives like a layout. Now this is a table. It's a table. We are arranging the table in this format. Inside this table, there can be table. Suppose this is second row. In this, I can have a table. In the table, so I will give as some rules. Rules is equal to all. Or I will give as rules is equal to some calls only for columns. In that, we have one row, we have two cells. This is left cell. This is, I said, nav bar. We will keep a navigation. And we have another cell, another cell. So this is some section area, something, just rough message. You see, it will look like this, nav bar at section. And observe here, in that row height is equal to 400. And you can see the row height is adjusted. And the nav bar, so this width I am giving as 200. It will be 200 for that. I can display navigation bar here. I can display some iframe here. So you can have another row, another cell, this width you can give some 200 and say adds, and you can see it will be like this. Now in the middle we have the width as some 700, and you can see it will be like this. Inside the table we are arranging another table. This is a table inside another table. Table can be nested. You can keep organized your content in a table inside another table. And it's not mandatory that it should have a header section, body section, footer section. When we are designing layouts, we don't have these sections. When we are designing data, then we will have those sections. If there is no data, just we can keep a row with cells, and you can keep any content inside it. That means that now bar means inside this you can create an unordered list items, anchor, home. So these things you already know. You can keep anything inside that and display. So inside the section, I want to put an iframe. I will put an iframe. So you can put an iframe inside that section area. That depends with height, again adjust them. So tables are used for presenting the data, presenting the layouts. We will design one simple example how layouts are created with table. One small example we will see with the layouts. Then we will get more perfection in understanding table with layouts also. Table with data I showed you. With layouts, how we can manage them. One example I will show you that we'll see in our next session tomorrow. We'll discuss about that. So tomorrow we will finish this and we will go into another important concept, forms in HTML, how to design and work with them. So this very important topic, don't miss tomorrow's session. Forms is a very big concept and very important for even for future JavaScript, jQuery everywhere. We will discuss about that in the next session. Tomorrow we will see that, okay?